Hey there, welcome to episode 2 of the Helping Friendly Look, and for this one we're going to look at the intro to Possum. So we're going to have a specific version we're looking at from Hampton Comes Alive. This was suggested by Daniel. So thanks for the tip here on this one, and let's jump into it here. So we're going to basically have, it's just kind of a blues. So we're going to have a pick on our low E string, and then a double hammer on. So we're going to hammer on open A to second fret of A, and then open G to first fret of G, like that. Cool. Now right after that we go to this second little two-note blues chord. We're going to have C sharp and A. So really it's just an A inversion, but we're still kind of thinking of playing over E at this point. So we haven't changed chords or anything. So it'll be a little pick, hammer on, and then this two-note chord, and then back to the hammer on. So that's more or less what happens, but there is a third one of these two-note chords that happens. It's going to be a D and a B played at the same time. So while I was looking at this particular version of the song, there was no discernibly consistent pattern that I could find anyway as to when Trey decides to go to this third chord. Now there is another version. Well, there's hundreds of versions of this, but another one that I could find video on and really get a good look at was this one from 1990 at Woodbury Ski Resort. Let me just talk you through that one real quick. Even though it's not the Hampton Comes Alive one, it seemed like it had more of a pattern going, and I think it just changes depending on how Trey's feeling. So for that one, he was going pretty much really consistently. So it'd always have the E hammer on, and then he would do a hammer on here. So these two are actually the same type of voicing. It's just that when we get up to the 5th fret, I switch to using ring finger and middle finger for that one. But he also hammer-ons there. So here we go. Then we skip the third one. So that's for that version. Now back to Hampton Comes Alive. It's less of a pattern, as far as I can tell. So for the most part, it sounds like he's just going back and forth between those two. But especially in the very beginning, you can hear sometimes he goes up here. Cool. Then for this version, he switches up and does this, and I've seen him do this in other versions too. This is basically a like a B minor, the top half of a B minor bar chord you could think of. You know, like just barring a D, an F sharp, and a B. Okay, like that. And when you put that over an E bass note, it's a really cool, like kind of funky sounding thing. So he switches to that after a minute. So it'll be, you know, he does it 4 times, then back. Now right here, this is at the end of this this intro that I'm including in the video. Then he does this really cool, almost like country kind of lead thing. Okay, so after this, we do this little hit on the D, B, D, and then he slides all the way up, and then so it's going to be a slide from 3 to 9 to 12, and then it sounds like he hits E on the 12th fret of E, so kind of like that. Now right after that, this is the part that does, it sounds kind of country, so he hits this F sharp, so there's some interesting stuff going on if we really break down that little thing. So again, we got our slide up like that, then he goes to an F. This is a cool diminished lick. Then he goes down from E to D, B twice, down, and then he hits a C. Now I'm not sure if he meant to do that, but it sounds cool. It's a little bit outside of what you would normally think of to play over this kind of stuff, but Trey has been known to do that. So he hits a C, then a G, then back. So I'll just kind of run through that little lead part again. Awesome. One last thing that I forgot to mention is that so he plays really softly to just kind of tease the intro, and then they come in and they build up. In this one, and he does different stuff depending on the version, but on this one he's just doing low E, kind of palm muted, and it sounds like he's doing all downs. Now I did alternate picking in the intro clip of the video. Just I don't have the energy to do all those downs in a row right now. But yeah, they just build up, and then Fishman does a little drum roll as the cue, and then they bust in. And then it goes from there. So cool, very cool. I hope that helps. And I'll have some more of these coming. I'll probably have a couple more coming throughout the next week or so of these shorter segments. I did the Reba lesson a week or two ago, so I'm going to do one a closer look at just the jam section and some options for improvising over that, or just at least the approach I would take, and maybe a little bit of what I think Trey is doing, and then a couple other things as well. But I'm always looking for ideas. I'm really building up kind of a long list of suggestions, so that's cool. Keep them coming. And as always, I appreciate the views and the support and everything. If you want to visit Patreon, you could maybe consider doing $1 a month to support the channel, or give it a share or a like, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. See you next time.